This part introduces the novel The Birth of a Hero, about a boy who travels to another dimension, leading to the birth of countless heroes, and the clash between them. As the story continues, we learn that, after escaping the dark forest, Choi Han, the main character of the story, a man with long gray hair. The text seems to be a narration of the novel's premise. Choi Han discovers the warmth of humanity in the town of Harris, making friends and family. But one day, the town is destroyed by a mysterious organization. Despite his explosive strength and years in the dark forest, Choi Han was a pure and kind soul that could not bring himself to kill humans. But when Harris is ravaged, he commits his first murder. The final panels show a hooded character panicking and crying, Who are you?" as another character commands, "Kill him." A brutal fight ensues, and Choi Han defeats the mysterious organization. The narration states that he only comes back to his senses after slaughtering all the members. Overwhelmed, he falls into a pit of despair. The realization that he failed to extract any information from them causes this, declaring, "I'm going to kill every single person who did this," as he learns the meaning of grief. Choi Han, overwhelmed by despair after slaughtering the mysterious organization, buries his friends and family. Then he leaves Harris for the first time and goes to, leading to the city of Weston, the heart of the Henituse County, accompanied by the coat of arms. Then we have As Luck Would Have It, followed by Calf the Lout meets Choi Han there, and gets beaten to a pulp. The narrative shifts as the character then sees himself in a mirror, stating, "This is definitely Kale," and wonders, "So I look like Kale now?" This is a crucial development, as it's revealed, in the first book of the series. Kale is one of the minor villains that Choi Han outsmarts from time to time, a realization that came while reading The Birth of a Hero on my day off, followed by a moment of realization. Am I possessing his body? The realization continues as Kale finds himself in what isn't so bad, observing his reflection while surrounded by steam. He then has the profound thought, "I have no one to love, or friends I could die for," highlighting a deep sense of isolation. Kale reflects that he has no regrets, as he's an orphan with no money. The realization continues that he was only alive because I wasn't dead yet, and so he has no regrets about leaving behind his life as Kim Raksu. He thinks to himself, "I can't die like this," followed by the realization, "I don't want to die or feel pain." This leads to the statement, after all, someone once said, "Better a living beggar than a buried emperor." He continues to reflect. A close-up of his hand shows there is no scar. This leads him to conclude, which means Kale hasn't met Choi Han yet, followed by HMM. He's identified as Kale Henituse, the lout of the Count's family. And we learn that the scar on his side is from a bar fight he gets into before meeting Choi Han. He realizes he can skip the difficult parts of the story and move along, deciding to live a long, happy, and uneventful life. He thinks, "Good thing I at least remember the first part of the story," as he registers the name, Kale Henituse, realizing he's lout of Count's family. We see a lavish interior, followed by the respectful address, "My lord," and the surprising question, "Are you in the bathroom?" The character with red hair responds, "Yes, I'll be right out," accompanied by rustle sounds. We then see his feet taking a step, leading to an older gentleman presenting, "Your water, my lord." This introduces Ron, described in thought as a former assassin from the eastern continent that came here by ship. The thought continues, "He acts kind, but no one can tell what he's really thinking." Followed by, "I'm going to toss the scary old man over to Choi Han first. And thanks." A step and snatch occur. "I'm surrounded by powerful forces here. I mean, even my closest servant is an assassin. I need to be able to protect myself." The sound tap tap is heard, followed by, "The continent will be engulfed in war soon. And I need to prepare myself if I want that nice, long life." Knock knock then occurs, and another character bows, saying, "My lord, I am here to pick out a set of clothes for you." The red-haired character replies, "I'd like something simple today." The servant then responds, "Yes, my lord. And, of course. Anything would look great on this body," with sparkle sounds. Early one morning, Kale makes his way down the grand hallway of his family's massive estate. The tension in the air is thick. The servants are lined up against the walls, bowing deeply, clearly terrified of him. Everyone knows him as the family lout, a reckless guy who drinks too much and breaks things, even though he's never actually hurt anyone. But today, things are a little different. When his butler, Ron, greets him, Kale actually thanks him and tells him to enjoy his breakfast. It's a small polite gesture, but totally out of character for the lout they know. He walks into the massive dining room and joins his father, Count de Ruth. Soon, the rest of the family is shown. His stern-looking stepmother Violin, his serious stepbrother Bassan, and his little stepsister Lily. Count de Ruth, who notes with weary familiarity that Kale is late again. As Kale takes his seat, the atmosphere gets incredibly awkward. The Count has money but no real power, and the Countess and her children actively try to avoid Kale. Everyone is just staring at him in dead silence. De Ruth tries to break the ice by asking if Kale has anything to say, but Kale just brushes it off, secretly planning to finish his food fast and get out of there to stop making everyone uncomfortable. The real shock comes during the meal. Kale starts eating, finds a piece of sausage absolutely delicious, and actually cracks a genuine smile. This single, normal action sends his family into a silent panic. Cutlery clatters. They are visibly shuddering and exchanging terrified glances, wondering what on earth is wrong with him. Kale, noticing their reaction, awkwardly tries to smooth things over by apologizing and complimenting the food and wine. This only confuses them more. They are so used to him complaining that his polite behavior is completely alien to them. De Ruth stammers out a confused, "Glad you're enjoying it," and the meal ends in a bizarre, stiff politeness. But underneath it all, Kale is hatching a master plan. He realizes that being the lout of the family is actually a massive advantage. If everyone thinks he's useless, no one will expect him to take over the heavy burden of managing the county. His new goal? Play nice with his stepbrother Bassan, so Bassan takes all the responsibilities, leaving Kale to enjoy the sweet, easy life of a rich, idle noble. And the first step of that master plan. As he dabs his mouth with a napkin and his father asks if he needs anything, Kale looks him dead in the eye and makes his request: money. Lots of money. After asking for that, lots of money, things actually go better than Kale expected. His father agrees immediately, and Kale, ever the opportunist, pushes his luck, asking for as much as possible. The Count gives a simple "very well," leaving the rest of the family in a stunned silence. Kale walks away with a smile, but once he's alone and actually looks at what he's been given, he's floored. He realized his family was rich, but seeing the actual amount, he thinks to himself that they are filthy rich. He tucks the funds away, realizing that this kind of capital changes everything for his future plans. Now that he has the resources, he gets serious. He calls for Ron and asks for the exact date. Ron informs him that it's March 29th, in the year 781 of the Felixian calendar. The mood shifts instantly. Kale realizes he needs to hurry because time is running out. He stares off, lost in thought about a man named Choi Han, a dark-haired warrior who he knows will be arriving in the town of Weston very soon. It's clear that for all his talk about wanting an easy life, Kale knows exactly what's coming next, and he's moving fast to stay ahead of it.